Hello, it's Kailey Heintz with JC Realty Regina, and I'm here with Angela Quartly from Dominion Lending, the mortgage firm. And today we're going to talk about basement suites and how you can use the income from a rental suite, so a property that you live in with a basement suite, and how you can use that income to increase your mortgage affordability. So Angela, why don't you explain a little bit how that would work?
Well, often we get the opportunity to increase a mortgage amount, a pre-approval amount, by using rental income. So if it's a property that you are going to live in, so an owner-occupied property with a rental suite in the basement, we can use that, your monthly rental income, to substantiate your actual qualifying income that we use to approve you for a mortgage. So you not only would get your own property, but you'd have some income or an investment in the basement to help you pay your mortgage.
So let's go through an example. I have a listing right now that's priced at $275,000, and they have a basement suite that they're getting $700 a month income for. So how would that affect somebody's affordability?
Well, in a situation where we could use 100% of that $700 a month rental income, we'd be looking at somebody who may have qualified in the range of 220, 225, 230 with some rental income. And we do have lenders that allow you to use 100% of that monthly rental income. Now that same person might be able to look at that 275 range because now you have that extra income that's going to come from that basement suite property.
Perfect. And of course, there's a lot of variables that you'd have to speak to your individual lender about, but
Yes.
that should give you guys a good example of, the big difference that makes really in what you can look at.
And that's, again, why it's really important that you have somebody that's going to work with you to see, all those kinds of options and somebody that you can trust that understands that process in making, getting the most amount for your investment that you're putting into a property.
Absolutely. So find yourself a good team. A realtor and a mortgage broker that will go through some things like this as options for you. If you're looking in that 220 price range and you're just not finding anything that you like, maybe this is something that you should talk to your experts about. So all things considered, if you are taking on a basement suite, there are a couple extra costs that can also be associated with that. So we want to consider those as well. What do you think people will have to be mindful of with that, Angela?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is increased down payment. So if you're increasing from, say, $220,000 purchase price to $275,000 with your basement suite, you're going to need to make sure you've got that extra down payment available for the increased amount, which we can talk about some options to plan for that. As well, I think home insurance will likely be a little bit more expensive because you've got an additional suite in the basement, so some rental coverage.
And a tenant, tenant occupied now.
Yep. And then the other thing I would think probably some increase in utilities because we've got two people now using water, power, heat, all that stuff. So those are the main things that come to my mind. Can you think of anything else, Kailey?
I don't think so, but yes, you're right. The utilities usually aren't separately metered when there is a basement suite. It's not a regulation suite necessarily that you're looking at. It's just a suite, so the utilities are usually shared with the main, so that's got to be factored in too.
And then the other thing too, I would say in planning for this type of investment, we've got to make some planning for, considering budgetary constraints for vacancy and things like that, or improvements that'll have to be done to the suite, or, things like that just take a little bit more planning and a little bit more budgeting beforehand.
Of course, yes, absolutely. All great things to think about. Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Angela. I think that covers, kind of what we wanted to chat about today. And of course, you can reach out to us if you have any other questions.
Thanks, Kailey.